Welcome you all in the video lecture series of heat transfer. I am Professor Yogesh Kokate. Gives the video on different mode of heat transfer and their mechanism, that is conduction, convection and radiation. Let's go to see one by one. In conduction mode, if we take one example, if I am taking this metallic bar and heated at one end, the molecules will be vibrate very vigorously. So conduction is the transfer of heat energy through the medium without any flow of medium. That means there is no permissible motion of the molecules will be take place. That means molecule not move from one position to another position. All these molecule vibrate at their mean position, and due to that they have some temperature. As we provided the heat at one end, the vibration of this molecule will be increased drastically, and this vibration is passed on to the neighborhood or neighboring particle. Like this, neighboring particle will be vibrate with very high frequency, and this vibration is passed on to the next molecule. Like this, vibration is transferred to us next. And as we know that vibration is a function of internal energy, like this internal energy is flowing in next direction as a form of heat energy. So like this, as we provide the heat energy to one end, due to the vibration of molecules passes towards the next molecule, the heat is get transferred from one end to the another end. So eventually the particle at cooler end are also set into vigorous vibration by taking the vibration from the neighborhood molecule. So from this we conclude that the conduction is due to the vibration. When the vibration is passed on by the one atom to the neighborhood atom, like this, if heat is get transfer, that heat transfer is called as an conduction. If I want to find out what should be the amount of that heat is get transferred by conduction, I give with the help of Fourier's law of heat conduction. According to this law, the rate of heat conduction in a direction is proportional to the surface area normal to the heat transfer direction and temperature gradient in that direction. Here two terms are very important, that is heat transfer direction, and second one is surface area normal and temperature gradient, that we can explain with the help of diagram. So if you see this diagram which having two surface, one surface having temperature T1, second having T2, both having same surface area, having thickness is nothing but the delta x. Now as the temperature difference is there, T1 is greater than T2, Q amount of heat is flowing through the surface. Q heat is always transfer from higher temperature to lower temperature, and the direction of heat transfer, and for that whatever surface is normal to that heat transfer direction is nothing but your required surface area. To find out the required surface area in heat transfer is very important, as the heat is transferred from bottom to top or top to bottom, then top surface or bottom surface is nothing but your normal surface area, that is denoted in the equation A. The temperature gradient, it changes linearly over here. In some cases it may be an logarithmic or it may be by some nature. So it is calculated by dt by dx. So our equation will becomes Q conduction is directly proportional to area into dt by dx. To cancel the proportionality sign we take the k, so whole equation becomes Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dx, where K is nothing but the thermal conductivity, which is a measure of ability of material to transfer the heat. Its unit is watt per meter Kelvin. So what is thermal conductivity? It is actually how much amount of energy that can be transferred by the material when the temperature difference across the material is 1 degree Celsius. The different material having different thermal conductivity. Let's say material having high thermal conductivity called as an good conductor, the material having low thermal conductivity called as an insulator. So here also there is a negative sign which indicate in the direction of heat transfer temperature gradient will decreases, so it is indicated by the negative sign. The heat transfer area is always normal to the heat transfer direction, and with the help of that we can easily find out the heat transfer by the Fourier's law. Like this, whatever amount of heat transfer by the conduction we can find out with the help of Fourier's law. Now next mode of heat transfer, that is nothing but the convection. Now in a convection, if you see this girl wanted to have a tea, and for that purpose she blow the air on a tea so as to tea temperature will be get decreases. Here second girl having some body temperature which is very high as compared to the atmosphere, that means atmosphere having very low temperature. So atmosphere takes the heat and it will be atmospheric molecules will be come out, and new molecule come closer to the body of the human and taking the heat. So one natural current will be set, and due to that body temperature of girl will be get decreased. So to restrict this flow, this girl wear the sweater so as to heat is not get transfer over here. In next example, if you see that there is an one pot and there is an water at the bottom, plus it is get expand due to heating and it will become so lighter. This expanded water is less dense and it will become at the top, and heavy dense water come at the bottom, that shown with the help of blue line. Like this, there is an one natural current will be set. If we compare first example of girl having a tea, where the forces the fluid on a tea so as to motion of molecule is controlled by the external agency, that's why it is an example of forced convection. If you see the second example, for the setting a current, that means lower dense molecule will become at the top and higher dense molecule will become at the bottom. This natural current is not set by external agency, so it is example of natural convection. So like this, there are two types of convection: forced convection and natural convection. In case of natural convection, density difference or convection current is set by naturally due to the density difference. In case of forced convection, it is set with the help of external agency. If how much amount of heat is get transferred, if we wanted to calculate in case of convection, for that law govern is nothing but the Newton's law of cooling. According to the Newton's law, if we choose this figure, this surface having Ts temperature and fluid having T infinity temperature, then Ts will be greater than T infinity, so obviously heat is get transferred from the surface towards the fluid. Here heat is get transferred by the motion of molecule, that means motion molecule will become closer to surface, takes the heat and come out from the surface. Like this, actual motion of the molecule will be take place, and due to that heat is transferred. That's why it is a mode of heat transfer is nothing but the convection. So how much heat is get transferred? It is given by the Newton's law, that is rate of heat transfer by the convection is directly proportional to the surface area and the temperature difference between the surface and flowing fluid. So what is the surface area of this body is denoted by A, and temperature difference between the surface and flowing fluid is nothing but your required temperature difference. This proportionality sign is cancelled by the H, call it as an convective heat transfer coefficient. So Q is an energy transfer per unit time, that in terms of watt. A is an surface area available for heat transfer in terms of meters square. Ts is an surface temperature and T infinity is free stream or flowing fluid temperature. The convective heat transfer coefficient, that is CHTC, is nothing but the, or it is depends upon the flowing fluid, then surface characteristic, then fluid properties, that we will thoroughly see at the time of convection. So on this parameter H is calculated. Likewise, we can easily calculate with the help of Newton's law of cooling the heat transfer by the convection. Next mode of heat transfer, that is radiation. Radiation is the transfer of energy in the form of electromagnetic wave without the aid of medium. So in case of conduction or in case of convection, you see that in case of conduction we require the vibration, and that vibration must be passed on to the next molecule. In case of convection, the molecule takes the part, or they becomes a carrier to transfer the heat. But in case of radiation, there is no need of any kind of molecules. The heat energy is transferred by the electromagnetic wave, and that may be passed through the medium, or that if the medium is not there, then also it is get passed. So heat energy is transfer from sun towards the earth is the best example, because up to the earth there is no space, or there is an atmosphere, but it is very rare, then also it is come on earth's surface. And once this radiation pass through the atmosphere, there is some atmosphere or medium is there, then also it is come, that means it is passed through medium or without medium. These all bodies emit the infrared radiation that will be strike, and this radiation will be give out when it is get strike on any surface. Infrared radiation does not require medium to transmit. This is how the earth is warmed by the sun. This is the wavefront that you see over here. The shortest wavelength is starting from the gamma ray, and the longer wavelength are nothing but your radar frequency modulator and TV or your radio wavelength. In that, thermal radiation start from 0.1 micrometer to 100 micrometer. That means our scope is nothing but limited to 0.1 to 100 micrometer. Most of the time most of the things that we see, which will be in the range of 400 micrometer to 0.4 micrometer to 0.7 micrometer. So 0.4 to 0.7, 0.4 micrometer to 0.7 micrometer is nothing but our visible range. So this is the visible frequency. 0.4 micrometer associated with blue color, and 0.7 is associated with the red color. Now how the heat is get transferred, we know that is due to the electromagnetic wave. But how much amount of heat is get transferred, that we can calculate with the help of Stefan-Boltzmann law. So here heat is transferred from this fire towards the hand, or heat transfer from sun towards earth is nothing but the example of radiation. So how much heat is get transferred? So this we can easily calculate. Rate of heat transfer by the radiation is directly proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature of unit surface. So Q is directly proportional to T raised to 4. And if the surface is not a unit surface area, then we have to take A as an surface area. To cancel the proportionality sign, we take the Stefan-Boltzmann constant, which have a value of 5.669 into 10 raised to minus 9 watt per meter square Kelvin raised to 4 in Q is an energy transfer per unit time in watt. A is an surface area of an object in meter square, and one more term is included, that is emissivity of the surface. If the surface is not a black, then emissivity is less than 1. It is always ranging from 0 to 1. If the black surface is there, emissivity will become 1. So what is emissivity? Emissivity is nothing but the emissive power of that surface to the emissive power of black surface at that temperature. Emissive power is nothing but the amount of energy radiated by that surface divided by this is the emissive power. And if you want to calculate the emissivity of that surface, we have to compare this emissive power at same temperature with the emissive power of black body. We will get the emissivity. Like this, we can calculate the Q, that is heat transfer by the radiation, with the help of Stefan Boltzmann law. Thank you.